Hello my friends and welcome back to another video where today we will be discussing what sort of announcement will we see from Amazon on Tolkien Reading Day. Tolkien Reading Day is on the 25th of March, 2 days from the drop of this video, which is on the 23rd. Technically, it is the biggest Tolkien related day in the year, which was originally created by the Tolkien Society, and this year's theme is Hope and Courage. As it is the biggest Tolkien related day in the year, it has to be most certain that we will see something or some sort of announcement or even a reveal from Amazon about the Lord of the Rings TV series. Could Tolkien Reading Day be the beginning of the marketing cycle and push for the show by Amazon? As what other day is better to start the marketing for the show than the biggest Tolkien day in the calendar year, which is Tolkien Reading Day? Or just like last year, will we see a small poem or quote? But before we continue, I quickly would like to apologise if any of the words I said in the director reveal video last week seemed quite forceful, and I can see why other groups like the Wandering Net were offended, and rightly so. Of course there has been wrong from both sides and I apologise for my part in the debacle. We have spoken privately since and we are all now on good terms. Now that aside, let's get into it. Amazon do realise that this is the biggest Tolkien day in the year and should be recognised by them due to its importance, which is why last year on the 25th of March 2020 they released this simple statement, quote, "On this most unusual #Tolkien Reading Day, all of us at #Lord of the Rings on Prime send you wishes of comfort and safety." Then they leave a short poem at the end. So this was Amazon's statement almost exactly last year, and to give you some context around that time, Amazon had just shut down production and filming fully for the Lord of the Rings show in Auckland for originally 2 weeks, but of course that was never come to be, as we know about the continuation of lockdown for several months. So around that time, maybe a third or even less of the first 2 episodes, which are the pilot episodes, were filmed. So that statement last year was fine as they were extremely early into the filming of the show. But now let's move forward a year, and in fact 2 days time, which is the 25th of March. Well, what has happened since last year? Well, filming resumed in September 2020 for the show, and the pilot episodes finished filming around the latter half of last year, and then in December, J.A. Bayona, the director of episode 1 and episode 2, left New Zealand. Then I believe filming again started at the end of December and has successfully filmed all the way until now. I also exclusively revealed earlier on the filmer director for episode 5 and episode 6 is currently on set getting ready to film her scenes for her episodes. So I hope that gives some context to where Amazon are currently at regarding the production and filming of the show. So, filming has gone further forward and progressed, and I'm sure that they are starting to see a clear vision of how the show will look like now compared to last year. So, could Amazon reveal something or make an announcement on Tolkien Reading Day? Well, from here on out it will all be speculation, as I am as much in the blue and unsure as you guys. So I personally believe that we might get something and Amazon might reveal something little for fans, but at the same time not to get your hopes up at all. This little something could just be the first Tolkien quote that they copy and pasted from a website, or a poem just like last year. If this is the case, then it is safe to presume that the show's premiere will be quite far off, as this is the biggest Tolkien event of the year and a good time to start making some marketing for the show, but instead you are just releasing some quotes, probably showing that Amazon are still quite behind in the filming for the show and the premiere is quite far off. They could follow what The Wheel of Time, the other fantasy show in development by Amazon, which is in fact much more further forward in the production and filming than the Lord of the Rings TV show. Well, the Wheel of Time marketing has been a bit different, and they have revealed some famous objects from the books, like this famous sword. Sorry, I'm not that aware of the Wheel of Time lore, and again some more of the reveals, so I'm not quite sure what this sword is or etc. So, could we see a little teaser by Amazon showing a famous object maybe? what would be more perfect than the One Ring? That is the most famous object in the Second Age, and technically in Tolkien live adaptations, so Amazon could easily release that as little teaser, because ultimately, show wise, that reveal would probably reveal nothing new about the show, except for the fact it might show that Amazon want to have full continuity with Jackson film trilogies if the aesthetic and how the One Ring looks in the show and the movies is the exact same. Another thing that they could do is a video update of the crew and the production team working on the show, like they did in mid-2019, and I'm playing this video on the screen right now. Could we see a new production video like this showing the updated crew, new directors, etc, as we do need an update, as the people shown in this video from 2019 is quite outdated, as we know, as there is more than one director working on the show, and some members like Thomas Shippey are no longer technically involved. So there is a potential to see another video like this showing the updated directors and crew for the show, and maybe even some more actors as well. Also, here is another option that I'm playing right now, which is again from Wheel of Time, where they revealed a video of some pre-concept art of the show and some of the locations with the showrunner Rafe Judkins speaking over it. If Amazon do this and show us illustrations of some places like Numenor or Oss-Ined Heel, etc, this would be interesting, as in the end it's just some concept art and illustrations, but at the same time it will give us a glimpse of what the Amazon's Lord of the Rings universe will look like. Also, another thing could be some quotes from the showrunners Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne, as we have hardly heard from them at all, except from some small quotes from press releases. It would be reassuring to hear from the creators and people at the helm of the show. Finally, there could be a scenario where they just reveal nothing and don't even post about it, which would be awful and concerning to see how they would treat Tolkien fans if they aren't recognizing the biggest Tolkien day in the calendar year, but I don't believe this will be the case, and I think that we will hear something or other. I have given some possible scenarios and some potential options, and also types of updates and news that Amazon could possibly announce on March 25th, Tolkien Reading Day. Personally, I believe that Amazon will probably tweet and post something, but I wouldn't get my hopes raised too high and expect something too big, but maybe something quite small. Remember, it could just be a quote or poem like last year, which would show you that we are still quite off from the release of the show, or I could be wrong and they could release something big or massive, and this will be the beginning of the marketing cycle. We shall wait and see. But thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments below what you think we will realistically see from Amazon, and then what you want to see from Amazon. But until the next video, my friends, goodbye.